Good morning all. Well, we made it into the woods, so I don't know how well you can see. Yeah, in the woods. When it was dark, as I predicted, but managed to get set up. Had a pretty decent night, and yeah, it's really good actually. And it's all nice and dry, so we've had got a very dry night, pretty mild. Got my outfit for a pipe dream, sleeping bag, firm rest knee wear, and then this is my Gore-Tex bivy bag, which works really well. I was tearing over one, and I've got my out kit, sliding carpet down on the ground, and then the lightweight DD tarp up there. And yeah, it's been okay. We had a bit of wind was blowing a bit during the night, different times. Very calm now, but every now and again you'll just get gusts. So there's quite a lot of things falling out of the trees, you know, like sweet chestnuts and leaves and that kind of thing. Had some nice tawny owls to listen to, and actually a bit of I took that off on it. Yeah, tawny owls, and yeah, I had a barking deer, which was quite annoying because it went on for such a long time. Well, it seemed a long time, probably wasn't really. You can hear the wind blowing now. So, right, I'm just going to get some coffee and brekkie on the go, get this lot packed up. It's about 20 past 6, so it is very dark, but there we are. By the time I've done all this stuff, it should just about be getting light and we're back on the road. Next stop, Orford. So I'll see you later. Right, I'm gonna obviously it's virtually impossible to do anything here, isn't it? It's like I'm now going to enjoy my brekkie. A bit early for breakfast, but there we are. Hear the tawny owl again. Yes, I know, it wasn't a bad night's sleep at all. I was awake quite a bit. I think it's possibly the senses were a little bit more alert, so when I heard the wind blowing hard, I tended to wake up, particularly when things were landing on the tarp. There was quite a lot of animals moving around. I'm pretty sure they were all mudjacks. You just hear them just walking around from the leaf litter. I did see some evidence of what looked like wild boar activity, but none of those visited me in the night. Well, not that I'm aware of anyway. So it's all good. Everything's packed away. All went back together quite nicely. I've rearranged a couple of things on the bike as well, which hopefully will make life a bit easier. And at the moment, today, it's very mild, and for now it's very calm. I don't think that's going to last long, but yeah, maybe I'm in the woods, I suppose. So today's the day where I've got no messing around really. I've got to get up to, got to blitz this coast and get up to Lowestoft, see the family at Orford, and then I really want to start heading back a bit if I can, because I think the forecast for tonight was a bit of a shocker. Yeah, the nice thing about here is I've walked all this far so many times that yeah, I've got a pretty good idea of where everything is, so it does help a lot when I start, rather than just walking into somewhere I'm completely unknown in the dark. It's all in the daylight, but in the dark it's not so clever. Flying through Butley and through to Orford, so
I'll see you guys a bit later on. A nice morning so far actually. Orford, I tell you what, if anyone wants to go to Orford and have some peace and quiet, you've got to try about 8:45 on a Sunday morning. It was desolate. It was lovely. There's no bugger there at all. Past Snake Martins, that was very quiet. And then yes, I've been round to Thorpeness. And I did stop at the Thorpeness kitchen. And I must say, I had a very nice cup of coffee and a bacon and egg sandwich was fantastic. That wasn't one of those where they tried to wrap one rash with a bacon roll, a bread roll and dump an egg in the middle. It was loaded with bacon. So it was top marks. That was bloody nice. Managed to replenish my water as well, so that's a bonus. I've been skirting, well, cutting across from Thorpeness to Lowestoft, skirting around by the power station, and I'm now coming into Eastbridge. One of my favourite walks comes down here past the pub, which is really nice. Wintertime walks. Anyway, I tell you what, I seriously cannot believe the amount of infrastructure going on for this Sizewell thing. There is miles and miles and miles of that security fencing. They're putting in new roads, there's just so much going on over a colossal area. I mean, I know people have been complaining about it, I had no idea it was so huge. And some of it's miles away from Sizewell, which is really bizarre. Well, I suppose there's not, I don't know, could be a lot of stuff happening clearly, but see what people are moaning about it. Anyway, we're now cutting through to Minsmere. I'm not stopping anymore because I do need to get a clog on. So we're cutting through here, Dunwich, then across to Walberswick and Southwold. I may stop in Southwold, I'll see, just to grab a coffee if nothing else, which will save me the bother of making one. Whee! Across the speed bump. Well, that's been a terrific ride so far. You know, the organisers of this have done a sterling job, because the blend of nice quiet back roads. Hi. Hiya. Yeah, the blend of nice quiet back roads and bridleways, green lines, it's been terrific. And here comes another one. I've walked down here so many times over the years. Only biked it a handful of times. But yes, no, it's been very good. So what I do keep meaning to say, and I keep forgetting. Yes, I know one of the organisers. So I'm pretty sure she doesn't troll YouTube looking for videos on the Wolf Way, but you never know, she might. But anyway, if you do see this, Sharon, do you recognise me? From all those years ago, a few more wrinkles. looking a bit worse for wear. If you need a clue, our kids went to the same primary school. See you later. And one of these days, I might bump into you on the trail. Show. Right, we're now on the path from Dunwich to Walberswick. It's very nice actually. I said I've walked this loads of times, but only biked it a handful of times. But yeah, it's very nice. So this is just ready to show all you people who haven't done this what you're missing. There is some great off-road riding. Nothing too extreme, but just nice, yeah. Although there is a bit of sand to contend with here and there, which is, depending on who you are, can be a bit extreme. When I did these last year, it was in June. I'm not sure the exact date, but it was back in June. But I do remember that the trails were absolutely waterlogged and there was mud everywhere. So obviously some places much worse than others, but you know, it was quite bizarre, because you sort of think June is, you know, nice summer dry, and October is nearly winter and wet, but so far all these trails have been in remarkably good condition. Even on some of the farm tracks I haven't encountered any mud, which is saying something. Because last time I did it, I was, bloody hell, I was covered in mud. If you've not done it, get on your bike and come and do it. So we've got some more happy walkers here. I'm not normally always thrilled to see you on a cycle, even though it is a bridleway. Hello. Morning. Hi, thank you very much. Cheers, thank you. I am struck by the number of people I meet, you know, and I'm always happy and cheerful, always say hello or thank you. Some people don't even look at you, let alone acknowledge it. Unbelievable. Common courtesy doesn't take much, does it? I can understand that maybe some cyclists do come down these at very high speed and don't give a shit about a pedestrian and just go flying past, but you know, so you know, that would put you back up, I understand that, but you know, you can't tar everybody with the same brush, no matter what side of the camp you're on. Lovely autumn colours. One of my favourite times of the year. Oh God. Did someone say a little while ago hadn't encountered any mud? Bloody hell. That's uncanny, isn't it? sea's very rough today. So far today we're up around about 70k, and that's now pretty much 12:30, so I really haven't got that much time to stop, so I'm going to keep moving on. I had that bacon sandwich. That'll keep me powered for a little while. One thing about Southwold, there's always plenty of people here. I've just left Alton Broad, cut through a load of footpaths to Carlton Colville, and I'm now off road again. Hopefully this is the big shortcut. Yes, the rain is not far away. I've been through, it's spitting time to time. I think we're still on that 40% zone for the next couple of hours, and it's really going to start coming in by all accounts, so I'm going to try, and I think I'm already up to, what's that say, I think I'm already up to about 110k, so that's going to be a hard slog to get home, but that's what I'm going to attempt to do. We'll see how it works out, but just get my head down and just push on. Oh yeah. Yes, so that's all we can do. And just fingers crossed that I'll get a lot nearer home before A, it starts to rain hard, and B, it gets dark. I mean, it's already gone 4 now, so just stopped in Alton Broad to see some relations, so nice to see you, Joan and Rodney. I'll try not to leave it so long until next time, but I mean, the time flies when you're having fun and all that. So yeah, had a quick coffee, and yeah, and sadly I had to dive off. So I don't know how much more I'll be able to video, because, well, looking ahead, it's looking pretty bright. Well, hopefully that's a good omen. I mean, so far it's been a bloody amazing 3 days. You know, the weather has been very, very kind and remarkably mild. And when you get tracks like this, which are pretty smooth, it's bloody amazing, really. And you can get a bit of a wiggle on. Since I've changed the arrangements at the front of the bike, I've managed to get the arm for this camera a bit more stable. Whoa. Right, I'm going to turn you guys off now, and we'll have a chat later on, hopefully. Good morning, right here, not that one. Well, it's Monday morning, and yeah, yesterday ended up being, as I expected, it turned quite wet, so I didn't get any more videoing done, but I thought I would just do a little update as I was leaving Carlton Colville and progressing around the rest of the trail. Yeah, it started to rain quite steadily, and then obviously it was getting dark, and I didn't actually get back home until it was about just after 7 o'clock when I got back here, and I was suitably whacked, to be honest. it was a long day, and yeah, and North Suffolk hasn't quite got the same charm when it's dark and wet as it has usually the rest of the time, but there we are. So good trip done, very happy with that. I'm glad I've done it all in one hit. I was quite, it was quite hard at times, my advancing years not helping, but anyway, I thought, well, somebody might be, well, like most people are gear obsessed, aren't they? So I thought he might be interested in some of my stuff, but just very briefly. So that's my giant fast road SLR, which I think I bought that in 2016, so it's doing really well. It's not a bad bike really, it's pretty capable. It's very jarring off-road because it's obviously got no suspension, but as it is. So on the back I've got a seat pack. That's the Specialized Full Raven seat pack, which is actually pretty good because it's got like an aluminium frame and it's all in one unit. And then this is a dry bag which comes with it. It's got an air valve on the bottom, so you can obviously compress it right down, and in there is all my sleeping stuff. So it's my tarps, my mat, my sleeping bag, everything I sleep with is in there. And usually I've got a little dry bag in there with whatever spare clothes I had. I had virtually no spare clothes on this trip. I think I took an extra 2 pairs of socks. Yeah, I just had my Helly Hansen sort of underwear really, for my mountaineering days, just to slip on them at night time, just to get out of the shorts, and that's all I had with me completely. So here is my, I mean, this is fairly cheap stuff. I got this off Amazon, but that's that Rhino Walk frame bag. But actually that has, I had the whole kit originally. I had a Rhino pack on the back there, but that very quickly fell apart, so, and I did get a full refund for that, which was quite nice. But this frame bag actually has been done rather well. Every time I go out I expect that zip to break, and and it never has. So I just take my other hand. Yeah, so in there there's pretty much everything else. So I've got all my cooking stuff in there, obviously gas and fire, cups, coffee, got all the toolkit for the bike, everything that I take, spares for punches and what have you, first aid kit. Yeah, so everything else goes in there. I did take a spare, even though I have, these are now tubeless, I did take a spare tube just in case the worst happened. And then I've got another little bag here which I'll just have my water bottle in and a cloth to clean my camera, and a little pouch here where I can just put a bar, still a bar left in there, I didn't eat that one. And similarly I got one this side with some energy food in that I had to take with me. And on the front of the bike again, I think that's another Rhino Walk under handlebar bag, which again is working. Yeah, it's cheap and it's still working, so I just hang on with it. And in there is, well, I had more waterproofs in there, what food I had, what else have I got in there? There's the power bank for charging up all my gear, and that's about it really. And my little Z Max seat there, which I always take on all my trips, just something nice to kneel on or sit on at the end of the day. My cat's eye light ran out of batteries about 10-12 miles before I got home, so I had to finish a ride with my head torch, and that was beginning to fade as I got back. This is my KNF Concept. This normally has been quite good, that's what I had my camera on, but it seems to be lacking on gripping here, so eventually it's just been falling down. But so we've got to sort that out, and yeah, that's it really. So that's just a little look at what I've got. So I'm sure you'll find out
highly entertaining. But yeah, there we are. It's a good trip. It's about 450 kilometres in total, that winter ride. And yeah, I was surprised how different it was to the summer route. I was very pleased to miss out the pig farm, or the sandy pig tracks. Yeah, very pleased to miss out the sandy pig tracks, although I did encounter still some sandy tracks, but not quite as brutal as those ones past the pigs. But no, I thought it was a damn good route actually. And yeah, and I thought I'd just skirt around Woodbridge and just sort of pick up, the other route, but it didn't at all. It was quite varied. So yeah, so I can recommend it. So anyway, see you guys on whatever I end up doing next. Bye.